What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast. Brony James, man, we got to get back into it as he has hit the headlines again with, his draft positioning, right? So we all know that last week and the week before was a lot of stuff going on in media because of what LeBron James said and how he fired back at, the media for pretty much removing his son out of the 2024 draft and saying that he'll be more prone and ready for 2025 NBA draft, right? And I think that the consensus overall, based off the eye test, we can all attest that most of this is true. However, with LeBron James, there's always going to be more to it, and his son, Brony James, finally has chose to kind of speak out a little bit. And this is from the sportsyahoo.com. This is from Yahoo Sports, where it says that Brony James to decide on 2024 NBA draft based on team interest, not draft stock. I want you guys to know that this is all his PR team is telling him for the most part. And that's the best approach, in my opinion, is for you to, make your decision based off, let's see who's really interested, right? I was watching a guy from Kentucky today. That looks like a number one, right? At least in the first round, right? I'm not saying he has to go number one at all. But I'm telling you, the eye test showed me just with his highlights how he was able to come back and help University of Kentucky win that ball game, man. That's what you want to see in a true number one. And you guys are crazy if you guys are going to think or tell me that Brony James looks like that. No, he doesn't. But does that mean that he can't? No. You know what I'm saying? You got kids who just are born to be ball players. Now, LeBron James was born to be a ball player. I'm not going to say that was Brony James' setup. I'm just not going to say that. I think that it can be pushed on the kid based off the greatness of their father. And what is a kid going to do? LeBron James is a great dad, so he's going to look up to his dad. He's going to want to be everything that his dad was. But that doesn't mean that the odds will stack in his favor. And even if he does get to the NBA, which I'm quite sure he will, right? Who knows? Your NBA career can go anywhere, right? Look at Lonzo Ball's situation, man. I saw a post of Lonzo Ball, and it just made me sad for the guy, right? This guy had so much potential, and now he's unheard of. It is what it is. Injuries robbed him. We could say that in the hype with his dad and all that. You just got to be careful, man, because you don't know what you're going to get when these players leave college and go into a grown man's league. You just don't know. It says Brony James is wrapping up his first season at USC, which was cut short after experiencing a cardiac arrest during a workout last summer. And we all know how that went. Like I said, kudos to Brony James for being able to go back to the court. Obviously, with this condition, from the reports, it looked like he has had this type of condition since he was born. And this what makes you like this kid even more because, like I said in my last few videos, his spirit, his joy for the game, his joy for life, his joy for just being alive, for being LeBron James' son, man. This kid is never mad. It seems like he's always smiling, happy, upbeat. And let me tell you something, man. They did a great job raising that kid, man. He knows how to handle the media. He keeps his head down. I mean, he just wants to be a kid. And I know that his PR team is probably guiding him best they can, but LeBron James is too. So I just want to get that off and just say how great of a kid he truly is. Now let's get into the report where it says, if Brony James does in fact enter the NBA draft later this year, his decision won't be based on his specific draft position. And you guys know that they are pretty much predicting that he'll come out in 2025 because the rankings suggest so. So that's first, right? Klutch Sports CEO, of course, Rich Paul, right, told ESPN's Woj on Saturday night that Brony, who is the eldest son of Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James, is going to weigh his entry into the draft based on specific teams interested rather than his draft position. That's very smart on Brony James because what he's doing is finagling his way into the NBA. He's royalty. Brony James feels like he probably doesn't need to go to college because his dad didn't. But what does the talent say? That's what we have to keep asking ourselves. What does the talent say? The talent says that Brony James needs to sit his ass in college at least another year or two. That's just my opinion. But hey, anything can happen. You see players come from the G League and make a great impact all the time. So I'm not going to put it past anybody. You know what I'm saying? He could probably pan out to be a great player. But genetically, you know what I'm saying, I get it. He's a stocky kid. He looks like he takes care of himself. But I just have not seen enough that can convince me that he's ready to go to the league right now. Then on top of that, I look at the actual raw talent, right? The actual talent that's in college right now playing their hearts out, and they actually deserve a chance. And it's only so many slots, right? That's available for the draft. So wouldn't you want those slots to go to the kids who come from backgrounds, not royalty, not money, who deserve to take care of their family, man, in a way? I know that there are a lot of LeBron James fans out here, but let's just be real about this, guys. It's not right. But hey, when your dad is the face of the league, it doesn't have to be right. And I'm okay with that. I truly am. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to see it from the other side. We got to think about these other kids who are trying their best to put themselves in position to change their family dynamic, man. So that's the only problem I have with this. Even though I actually do love the kid, like the kid, you know, like it's his dad that's pushing most of this. And everybody knows this, right? Especially when you have Rich Paul, of course, who is the king of the NBA right now. Literally, him and LeBron James are running the league. And it's going to be even worse as long as Adam Silver is a commissioner. You are going to have to get a old school, like what was his name, David Stern. You're going to need that type of commissioner who's going to put their foot down and say, no, like I want better for our league. Ever since Adam Silver has, you know, pretty much been buddy with LeBron James, it reflects onto the league. The whole league is passive like LeBron James. It is what it is. There's no competition because LeBron James isn't about competition. He's about doing what it takes to win. That's not competition, because competition means that you would stay with one team and not team up. I'm just being honest, right? But y'all gonna look at it as a different way. He scored 40,000 points, broke that record, well, achieved that milestone and set that record, should I say. And guess what? It's still going to be in question because now everybody's looking at the PED thing. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I would bet that he's probably using. I'm just being honest, right? And you guys saw, even with his performance against the Nuggets, like, this dude looks like he's 19 still. Whatever this Balco shit is, I want something too, LeBron James. Okay, I do. But anyway, let's get back to this article because I don't want to steer too far off. It goes on to say, I don't value a young player getting into the lottery as much as I do getting him on the right team in the right development situation. This was from Rich Paul, right? And this is all wordplay because at the end of the day, you're going to do what LeBron James wants you to do, and LeBron James wants you to do what you're doing. LeBron James doesn't have to come out and say too much if this is your job. You know what I'm saying? This is where you shine, Rich Paul. Get Brony James to the league. And you guys have a handshake deal. I'm quite sure with the reports that came out saying that the Lakers may be interested in you know, drafting Brony as an undrafted player. Who knows? But it's a handshake deal. I'm quite sure they're going to execute on that because LeBron James is LeBron James. And most likely he's going to sign an extension. And that fine detail, there's somewhere in that contract that's going to say, make sure Brony James is playing next to me. Anyway, it goes on to say, while that may sound like Paul is working to get Brony onto the Lakers so he could play with his father before he retires, Paul insisted LeBron wants Brony to be his own man. Please. If the two happen to play together organically, however, LeBron would be head over heels excited, right? Now, LeBron James. This is what I suggested. I said as long as Brony James can enter the league and face off against his dad, that'll be more appreciated than him playing with his dad, because all it's going to reek of is privilege and spoiled child, and it's going to make the players not respect him like they respect his father. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not going to be a good feeling, especially when LeBron James leaves. It goes on to say Brony is nearing the end of his freshman season at USC, where he's averaging 5.3 points and 2.8 rebounds in nearly 20 minutes per game. He experienced cardiac arrest doing a workout with the program in July, however, and didn't make his debut until December 11. The Trojans have had a rough year and are 12 of 17 with games left in the regular season. Okay, so yeah, he started late, but honestly, would have made a difference, right? We're going to see how Running James is going to look next season if he does not declare, because if his average is 5.3 points in 20 minutes, I'm not going to say that is bad, but it just doesn't say draft me. It just doesn't. And you guys know that. If Runnig were to try to enter the draft in June, it's unclear where he would go. Yahoo Sports, Kristen Peak didn't have him listed in their latest mock draft. And as you guys know, LeBron James threw a pissy hissy fit because his son was left off because other kids who deserved to be on the mock draft were in front of him. And he got mad about that. If you're a true parent and a real parent, you're going to push your son to change their minds. You're going to push your son to be so good that they cannot ignore him. But what does LeBron James do? He goes off on the media to shut them up because his son is above judgment. And that's not cool with me. So like I said, man, I like the kid, Brony James. I think that he's a great kid. I just think that he needs to do his due diligence and get into the NBA the right way. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be your own man, Brony James, like your dad saying that he wants you to be, which is bullshit, I think that you should probably sit it out another year, develop the skills that are necessary for you to be a decent NBA player, because I just don't see great right now. But hey, it's a lot of Hall of Famers. It's a lot of Hall of Famers that did not look great in college that are indeed Hall of Famers, now. So only time will tell with this situation, man. Like I say, LeBron James is pushing this narrative hard and he wants his son to play with him. Laker Nation, how are you guys going to feel when LeBron James and his son is playing in a gold and purple uniform, putting on for LA another 3 to 5 years? There you guys have it, man. Rich Paul comes out, it sets the record straight. It lets us know what it really is. So you guys weigh in with your thoughts, comments, and concerns on this, and tell me how y'all feel about all this whole ordeal. If you guys are rocking with the content, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can continue to get the latest when I drop my sports media takes. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.